Good morning, Deadheads. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum, and today I'll be reacting to Catfish John by the Jerry Garcia Band. And that's a bit of a misnomer because Catfish John is actually a song not originally by the Jerry Garcia Band, and I had to look this up, I didn't know the original song or artist, originally by Bob McDill and Alan Reynolds. So today is a sort of cover morning for us and a bit of a derivative offshoot of Grateful Dead in the Jerry Garcia Band, but it should be fun to listen to regardless. If you guys have been following my journey, you'll know that we've already addressed some of the Jerry Garcia Band rabbit hole. There's always more, so we're making our dent in it slowly but surely, and that is all thanks to William the Great for making this donation request. Thank you, William. But now, let's enjoy and listen. That is an immediately catchy melody. Is that Donna? How did she find her way onto this? I guess we know how. Another morning dew.
To a time so long ago,
In a galaxy far, far away.
where the sweet magnolia blossom, cotton field
All of the references.
was white as snow.
Sugar Magnolia.
Catfish John was a river
So, I don't know if you guys have ever had catfish. I've heard a lot of things about catfish as a food, it being extremely tasty. It's more of like, I guess, a southern dish in the US. Extremely tasty, and if fried, even more tasty, but also somehow extremely unhealthy. This tends to be the case with most food, but I've heard this about catfish in particular.
was a river
And don't people like do the noodling stuff to acquire catfish? I feel like I've seen some videos like that.
lived and died by the river's bed. Looking back, I still remember. I was proud to be his friend.
That's sweet.
Mama said, "Don't go near that river. Don't be hanging around old Catfish John. Come the morning, I'll always be there."
Just plain defying his mother.
Walking in his footsteps in the sweet Delta dawn.
Oh wow. Loving the guitar work. And the keys in my left headphone this time. interesting way to mix this one because you have this really bright and gain heavy electric guitar. I guess it's more of a clean electric guitar, but you guys know what I'm talking about. In my right headphone, just very bright and loud comparatively to the keys that I hear in the left and the drums that I feel in the middle. I can like position myself on stage with the Jerry Garcia band and just envision the players on either side of me. That said, I think I would prefer it if it was more homogeneous across for this track, and or at least the guitar, electric guitar, in front of me for this specific track. Well, we'll see how it goes. Or even behind me would work. Bright keys. That's groovy. So now noticeably the shift is focused from the electric guitar in my right now to a lot of the virtuosity in the keys that I'm hearing now in my left. And all the while, by the way, there's this groovy bass line sitting underneath it all, and it's actually very nicely pronounced in this arrangement. I think at this stage in like Jerry Garcia's histories as a musician, I'm hearing more pronounced basses on these tracks, which I really approve of. This is what, 1978? Something like that. Oh yeah, Bay Area 1978. That went so unbelievably hard for what time it is right now, 9 a.m. Wow. I did not expect to have this much dopamine this early in the morning for me. That was a special sequence.
On a sleigh in the town of Vegas,
Wow. That made me really happy.
traded for a chestnut mare. Lord, he never spoke in anger, though his love was hard to bear. Mama said, don't go near that river. Don't be hanging around old Catfish. Come the morning, I'll always be there, walking in his footsteps in the sweet Delta dawn. Walking in his footsteps in the sweet Delta dawn.
Yeah, that absolutely just won me over. That whole guitar solo sequence into the refrains, and then like thinking back like retrospectively to the beginning of the song and the early stages of how this whole thing came to pass. This song, Catfish John, has so much replayability. I don't know how many of you guys heard this song before. It doesn't seem to be that popular here on YouTube. Only about 8,600 views, which I guess if it were on my channel, that would be a lot of views for me. But regardless, that whole experience deserves to be listened to over and over again, in my opinion. I'm hearing it for the first time again at 9 a.m. So I don't think I was as mentally prepared as I should have been for something like this. God, that was good. That was real good. I don't even know if I have much else to say. I wonder, I guess, why the mom is so against Catfish John. I mean, if he literally is a hobo, there is sort of a risk, I guess, to Jerry in this case, if he's like a young boy or something like that, or can't handle himself in environments. But hey man, who's to say the hobo is doing it wrong? Living by the river can be a very simple and rewarding life. You don't have to do everything by the book. Interestingly, bringing up books, I've read a few books, especially throughout high school, about travelers, vagabonds, people who just want to live a sort of nomadic lifestyle and do their own thing, whether it's a consequence of not working out in the quote-unquote real world, or like an active choice that they're making. But in many cases, those people actually go on to live some of the at least most fulfilling lives, some of the more interesting lives, being in nature, being in your own company for a long time, right? Being relieved of all of the modern day stresses that I think are very subconscious killers. This is a rant I could definitely go down another time when it's more appropriate. But we have a very interesting society right now, and Catfish John may be able to deal with life in a better way than a lot of us. At least for myself, I consider like, what are the things that stress me out? And in an absolute sense, they really don't matter, but they can also really affect me. And maybe it would just be easier to just be Catfish John. So I don't know. I think I'm like taking this a bunch of different directions now. But that was really, really fun music at the very least. So I hope y'all enjoyed listening to it alongside me today. If you did and would like to make a request yourself, you can do so by clicking the first link down below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.